Back on the F-150, already took out all the spark plugs. There was a couple of bad ones I'll show you guys here in a second. Put new spark plugs in, went ahead and took out all the coil packs. I didn't replace the coil packs just yet. A lot of times the spark plugs go bad before the coil packs, so we're still using the old set. If I still have a weird hesitation type issue or skipping issue, then we'll go ahead and replace those coil packs. But as you can see, took off the intake. Usually it's good to go ahead and clean off the throttle body when you do spark plugs, because that can also lead to hesitation. He's taking off the TPS right now, but it actually was not as dirty as I was thinking or hoping it was going to be, so we're still going to clean up a little bit that's on there. As you guys remember, the first day I had it, I went ahead and sprayed that just to see if it'll help out on the ride home, but it didn't. Here's some of the old spark plugs. I don't know if you guys can even see the gaps, but they're pretty bad. They're all uneven. Some are pretty much non-existent. So good thing we're replacing those. Hopefully it's one of the bad ones. Took off the computer and everything like that, just kind of give us more room for the spark plugs. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit, put it all back together, and go on a test drive. Alright guys, about to do the first crank with the new spark plugs. It's gonna be a little bit loud. We still have that pretty bad manifold leak, and it hasn't ran in like probably 4 or 5 days, so it might be pretty loud, but hopefully it cranks. Not near as loud. Alright, I guess you want to hop in. We'll take it for a drive, see how she rips. What fell off, dude?
The exhaust just fell off the truck. What in the world?
Damn, it's right there.
The truck feels really weird right now, too.
Hunter was just saying, yeah, I hear something. And then all we hear is we hear a bunch of rattling, and then I look outside the rearview mirror and I see the exhaust fly across the ground.
Dude, I'm so glad I not hit that car behind us.
Damn.
I'm gonna try to back up to it as much as we can.
I think a 16-year-old kid used to drive this truck, so no surprise that exhaust fell off.
I think I said in the first video, they put the exhaust on themselves.
And there was no exhaust.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go take a look. Absolutely ridiculous. I didn't realize it came. Look at all the scrape marks from when it hit the road. God, look at it. It's completely just sheer.
Dude, that muffler is just rattling right now. Oh, there was a clamp on it.
It just came loose.
It probably wasn't even on there at all.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're close to the house, and we're just taking it for a test drive for the spark plugs. Alright, let's just throw this in the back and get back.
Currently have the truck off the ground, wheel taken off. We have the exhaust just hanging on the hanger right now. The hanger that was not tacked onto the exhaust, which you guys have been following along, has never been holding the exhaust pipe itself. It has an adjustable, it's adjustable, so we're just taking the screw out right now, and we're going to bring it up a little higher, try to get the exhaust a little bit higher. Because the exhaust is never set right. It should be about here with the hanger.
I think
and you can see how high it is compared to the actual exhaust. So we're pretty much bringing the strap up. We do not do exhaust work, so this is all just kind of a learning process, but we're just bringing that exhaust strap up. Gonna try to just tack it on there and just kind of bring it up to where the pipe is actually meeting the tip. Jonathan's holding the tip right now. Just kind of want to show you guys what we're working with. It looks like the guy added these two clamps with this little portion of exhaust, because if you look where the exhaust was originally supposed to meet up with the stock tailpipe, it looks like it's pretty close. So we might just try to cut this off and finagle it and get rid of this chunk right here. But we're still deciding. It looks like it'll be almost, yeah, I mean, you can see.
We can always go forward on
yeah, because that's actually on the hanger. So wish the bushings took a shot on that, but you guys are kind of getting the gist of what we're working with here. Have the welder warming up, kind of have everything placed. You can kind of see where we took that little coupling off with the U-bolts. It almost looks like it was meant to be. So
it doesn't fit up perfect, but that's the best we're gonna get it.
Yeah, we kind of just have it hanging right now on the hanger, and then don't worry about the Adams bucket with the rotella holding the tip up. But just trying to get everything laid out. But you can kind of see it. It almost looks like it was meant to be. So I'm not sure why that guy had that extra piece of, I don't even know what I did with it.
Coupling.
That extra coupling right there. Not sure what he was doing with it.
They had that coupling. With that coupling in there, it would have pushed this exhaust too far and it wouldn't have even been in that hanger. So I don't know what that kid was doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I showed in the first video, but that hanger was barely hanging on, so it was too far back. It's just the tip was in there. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try to fix it up, see if we can't make it a little bit better.
Gonna drop a little bit because of the hanger. It's not fully in there, but we'll see what it looks
Moment of truth. Oh, just tacked, and she's holding up, and it does not look weird.
like. I mean, it barely moves too.
Yeah, that's good. I like the placement of it.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the first crank?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. All right, should we actually go on the test drive now?
If you want. So the exhaust shouldn't fall off this time.
Hopefully not. But we'll take her on the block and make sure. We hadn't even tried to see if the spark plugs are any better with the hesitation. I can tell a little bit at idle that it still hesitates a little bit. So we might have to replace those coil packs too. But it definitely has more acceleration than it did before. And don't mind the exhaust leak. We do have the manifold to fix it, just haven't got around to it. But once it warms up, it actually does quiet down.
You know, like I don't even hear that manifold leak.
Exhaust still hanging on. I don't see it in the past the tires. That's good.
No, we didn't hear nothing, so it should still be attached.
It feels like it does run better at lower speeds. Because before, I mean, I could barely, when we were whenever we bought the truck and we're driving it home, I mean, we were struggling to do 35 miles an hour. And now I can tell it actually does have a little bit more pickup. I mean, we're going uphill right now.
I don't feel any hesitation.
Yeah, doing 30. I mean, I'm in my neighborhood still, so I'm trying not to do, you know, balls to the wall with it. I mean, we just got a 35 easily. So spark plugs, it still has a little bit of a hesitation. I used to own one of these trucks. I know a little bit of how they should feel like. I can feel that this tried to a little bit, but it still has that bad gas in it. I mean, the gas has been sitting there for a year, so I could have a little bit to do with it as well. But yeah, she's running a lot better. Yeah, dude, I'm happy. And the exhaust isn't falling off yet either, so let's go on the road real quick and see if we can't get her up to speed a little bit.
Try to get to like 50.
Yeah, she definitely has more get up and go. Something in the road.
Dude, it feels a lot better.
Yeah, it feels a whole
During
lot
that
better.
first test drive when you bought this truck, it would be bucking at 40 miles an hour, and we just got up to 50, and I didn't feel any hesitation whatsoever. So maybe them spark plugs did help a tiny bit. It still has a rough idle, but
yeah, I think it might be a little bit of the coil packs. If I had a check engine light, we could read it and see, but we have kind of flying blind here. So we're just kind of fixing up stuff here and there and hoping for the best.
yeah, I scanned the computer when we went to go look at this thing, and the only thing that popped up was a left front ABS sensor.
All right, guys, just got back from the test drive. If you guys didn't notice, I actually took the camper shell off the back as well. I haven't showed that just yet, but I did take the camper shell off. A guy can't picked it up right after the last video I made. The exhaust, if you see, it's still hanging on. It's not actually, I don't know if you can kind of see, but it's not sticking out, but it's not sticking in too far, so it's pretty much exactly where it needs to be. Didn't fall off, so that's good. The truck with the new spark plug still has, I wouldn't even say it's a rough idle. I guess when you turn the AC on, it has a little bit of a rough idle, but when you're driving it, you can't really feel it. We didn't get up to like 65, 70 miles an hour. Like I said, we're in our neighborhood, so I didn't go too crazy, but we got up to about 50, 55, and it seems to be doing a lot better than what it was. Still has a bad gas in it, so we do need to put a fresh tank of gas in it, which I think would help it out as well. But besides that, going to go ahead and end the video out here, guys. As always, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.